Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves baseball. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Tuesday, August 11th. The Chop Seat is back. Last episode was August 3rd. We were talking about the trade deadline, the moves that the Braves did not make. We graded the front office moves, Alex Anthopoulos and his moves. We gave them a B-, which was kind of being generous. I think ESPN had the Braves at a C. At a C-. The Chop Seat was a bit generous because at the end of the day, Anthopoulos, like I said in the previous episode, he did check all the boxes that the Braves had that needed to be checked. But, of course, he could have been a little bit more aggressive and, gotten better quality out there. You know what I'm saying? He could have filled the box a little bit better, but at the end of the day, he did check the boxes. Braves have been playing good baseball. So, they still find themselves in a good position to make it into the playoffs and hostly make a deep playoff push and hopefully a championship run. We'll see when the time comes. But, of course, you still got to get in. You still got to get into the playoffs. So, like I said, they're in good position right now. They just got to hold it down for these last 2 months, and then hopefully everyone stays healthy and they're able to get in there with full power and be able to get hot, especially some of these guys that are not hot right now. Hopefully they're able to get hot and then just run with it. We'll see when that time comes. But we did have a little break. I did say the Chop Seat was back, but remember I did say I was going to go away for a bit. We went on vacation for a little bit. Went out to Puerto Rico. That was fun. Spent, 5 days, 5-6 days out there. Beautiful weather. Just amazing food. Vibes are great. So we're back. We're back here. We're back home now. We're going to be up and rolling when it comes to the Chop Seat. Catch up with the Braves. I'm not going to lie. Since I was on vacation, wasn't watching the games completely. I wasn't watching every single pitch. I was a little bit busy, but I obviously did keep up with the team and how they were performing. But again, I didn't see every single pitch. This episode is going to be a short one because we're not going to go deep into every ball game again, of course, because I was out there having some fun. I was out there in the beach. You know what I'm saying? I was in that water for a minute. You could probably see I look a little burnt. I was looking like a lobster out there, man. But it was worth it. It was worth it. It was a great time. We're gonna look into how the Braves did during that week and change. And then we're gonna look at the standings, see where the Braves are, see where the rest of the league is at, and then we're gonna see. We'll take a look at what's coming up next for the Braves. So we're going to start with our first segment, Tomahawk Takes. But before we get into Tomahawk Takes, I want to remind you guys the giveaway for the free Braves tickets, the giveaway for the Atlanta Braves versus the Colorado Rockies Sunday. What's the day again? August 30th, I believe. The tickets for the August 30th game, the giveaway tickets against the Colorado Rockies, the entries will be closing this Thursday. It's your final chance to enter the giveaway, and then the winner will be announced on Friday's episode of this show on the podcast version. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're listening to the Chop Seat. On Friday, the winner will be announced, and you're going to have 24 hours to contact me through whatever platform I announce that you have won from. Contact me through that platform. Send me a DM. And then we're going to go from there. You're going to have 24 hours to claim your prize. If you don't claim your prize in that 24-hour period, you're finished. We're going to go on to the next winner. Depending on how many winner entries we have, we may have another pair of tickets. We'll see what we're able to do, but just stay posted. Hang tight. But again, Thursday is the final chance to enter the giveaway, and then Friday I will be announcing a winner. Make sure to listen to the show, because if not, if you lose out on that 24-hour period, we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna pick someone else. So that's all we got. Now let's head into our first segment. Let's head into Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes. We usually catch up with the previous Braves series. We got a few series we're going to catch up on just briefly. Like I said, I wasn't watching every single pitch, so we're going to catch up on that. But before we do that, make sure to use code CHOPSEAT20. As you can see below, you're going to save yourself $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. You want to go watch the Braves on the road, or you want to go watch the Braves at home? Use code CHOPSEAT20 and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. So the last episode we had recorded was on August 3rd. That was that Monday, the trade deadline Monday. Braves were off that day. They were going into that day with a 5-game winning streak. Then they went to they were waiting for the Marlins to arrive. They had a 3-game set with the Marlins. They were able to sweep all 3 games. They extended that winning streak to 8 games. The Braves were hot. They were rolling. Then they were going on the road out to my city, New York City, to face the New York New York Yankees. And I was hoping, again, I grew up in New York City. A lot of Mets fans, a lot of Yankee fan friends. I was hoping we went in there, stayed hot, shut them up a little bit, show them what we got. But Yankees, they fought, man. Yankees fought. They ended up taking their first 2 games of the series. Very tight ball games in every single game. Is that a potential World Series matchup? I would love to see that. We need to get payback for 96 and 99. Hopefully it's payback, right? Hopefully we don't lose to the Yankees again if that's the case. But shout out to all my Yankee fans. They know who they are. They might be listening just to support this show. But yeah, tight games, man. Tight games. And, from what I saw, the Braves didn't execute as much as they should have. They messed up in a few areas, in the game. They could clean it up a little bit more. I don't know what happened. They got to the BX, man. They couldn't buy a win. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they went out to party. I don't know if they went up to the Heights or something. I don't know, man. Something was going on because these guys were hot, bro. They got into the BX again. It's like, it wasn't clean baseball, man. It wasn't clean baseball. And even so, any of the games could have gone either way. You could have easily, this could have been a 3-game sweep. Braves continue rolling. They would have had an 11-game win streak. They would have executed. So, you can't feel too bad. Yankees are a good ball club. They're getting some guys back. They made some moves at the deadline as well. They're getting some guys back. I think they're waiting for Judge to come back as well. And they called up them young guys, man. George Lombard Jr., he's looking good. Spencer Jones looking good also. So, which is good to see that they're bringing up their rookies now instead of hogging them up and holding on to these guys down in the minors, and then they bring them up, and then they just don't flourish. You know what I mean? So they're being a little bit more aggressive with the right guys. I think these guys are going to be there to stay for a long time. So George Lombard Jr., man, he's looking like a beast already, man. So good for them. But again, it was a pretty tight series. I don't know why my hair looks like that right there. I think just the way my curls are. Yeah, my curls making it look funny right there. Anyways, so it's just looking funny for some reason. But anyways, it's just any game could have gone either way. It was a 3-2 final in game 1. That's when the 8-game win streak was snapped. 5-4 loss again in game 2, and then the Braves were able to win the final game. That game 2 was one started by Chris Sale. Also, where there was a balk called, and then Chris he gets ejected before the start of Sunday's game. The Braves did win that one. It was a 2-1 victory there. Another tie ball game, like I said. But yeah, so the Braves end up avoiding the sweep, which is good to see. But yeah, you could have got swept. You could have swept. This series could have gone either way. Every single game was determined by one run. So that's how tight the games were. Originally, I was going to go to one of these games, but then we booked the trip to Puerto Rico. And then obviously, I'm not going to choose Braves, Yankees over Puerto Rico. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, I was supposed to go down there with a few friends. And also a friend of mine has some tickets too. He actually works down at Yankee Stadium. He's a grounds crew member. He has some tickets for me too for Friday's game. And I was like, oh man, like I'm gonna miss out on it. But hey, it is what it is. Next time the Braves are in town, hopefully I'm able to make it. Because even though we lost those first two games, them joints was tight ball games. That's the best kind of games. When the games are tight, you don't want to see a blowout, bro. I've seen a blowout. Even when my team's up, it's fun, but it's just like, if you love baseball, you want to see a game that's real tight that goes down to the nitty gritty. Anyways, that's what we had for that series. So again, Braves sweep the Marlins. They extend their winning streak to 8 games. They go into the Bronx. They lose 2 out of 3. That 8-game win streak gets snapped. They do win the final game of the series. And then yesterday, they started a 3-game set back at home against Lil Bro, the New York Mets. And Bryce, bad start yesterday. He got rocked. I think he gave up, like 7 runs? I know he gave up that grand slam. He gave up 7 runs, 10 hits in 5 innings. Served up 3 walks, served up 2 homers. It was it Benj with the grand slam? Who was it that had the grand slam? It was Brett Beatty, excuse me. Brett Beatty hit that grand slam in the first inning. The Mets went up big in the first inning. 5-0. Braves were able to get 2 runs back. That made it 5-2. Next 2 innings, the Mets scored 1 each. That was the 7 runs allowed by Elder. Braves scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th. That made it 7-4, and then 1 in the bottom of the 5th, 7-5. They were getting a little close. They were trying to battle back, but it was not enough. Top of the 9th, Mets do score another one that makes it 8-5, and that was the ball game. Mets end up winning the first game of the series. And I feel like the Mets have won the season series already by now. Or are they 1 win away? I'm curious. Because I think this is the final series against the Mets, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that. Yeah, this is the final series against the Mets. So I'll do some research, but I for some reason I do feel like they've won the season series already. Which is rare. I feel like they never win the season series. But again, it probably won't matter this year. Because obviously they suck. Game 2 is underway right now. It's Martin Perez on the mound for the Braves. Nolan McLean on the mound for the New York Mets. It is currently a 0-0 ball game heading into the top of the 3rd. Martin Perez, obviously, he's been holding it down for us, man. He might be a Game 2 starter. People have been talking about who's a Game 2 starter for the Braves. You might have to go Martin Perez, guys. Martin Perez, you might have to go with him when it's all said and done. What else we got here? Like I said, this is going to be a quick episode. It's going to be a short one. Just catching up with you guys. Tomorrow, the starters is going to be Tyler Mahle. And Tyler Mahle, what a start he had out there in the Bronx. I can't just gloss over that one. Tyler Mahle, I think he went like 6 innings, 9 Ks that Friday game against the New York Yankees. Great start by him, man. Like he was making Anthopoulos look like a genius after that start. What was it again? 6 innings, only 3 hits allowed, no runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks. Phenomenal start by Tyler Mahle. Just the bullpen, just couldn't hold it down there towards the end of the ball game. But listen, it is what it is. You're not going to be able to win every single game. It's just the way things go sometimes in this game. But listen, Like I said, tight ball games, it could have gone either way. If you would have executed a little bit better, this ball game would have been yours. But again, shout out to Tyler Mahle because he went sick in that Friday start, his first start as an Atlanta Brave. After this 3-game set against the New York Mets, the Braves will be what was I gonna say? They're gonna be off on Thursday. I'm over here blanking out, starting to pour here. I'm listening to the rain. I'm like, this rain came out of nowhere, but anyways, yeah, the Braves are gonna be off on Thursday. Then they're gonna be hosting the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're gonna be in for 3 games, and then they head on a 7-game road trip after that. So that's all we got for the Tomahawk Takes. Again, the game is on the way right now against the New York Mets, game 2 of the series. Let me take a look at this, though. Let me take a look at this real quick. I might have to use my my computer here because my phone is just acting super slow right now. Let's see here real quick. I'm gonna do some live research real quick. I'm curious about the Mets winning the season series against us this year. I'm really curious. Just bear with me, guys. Because it will be a shocker, but I do feel like they won most of the games. We got to be honest. All you need is 7 wins now to win the season series. They might be a win away. It might be like 6-5 right now, maybe, if anything. But it's looking like they won this thing already, which is a shame. We'll see here. My computer's super slow, guys. This thing crazy right now. This thing is wicked right now, bro. Oh, yeah, the Mets won the season series, bro. They won it already. They got 7 wins under their belt. 7-4 lead in the season series. Only 2 games left. So, listen, shout out to the Mets, bro. Shout out to the Mets for winning the season series against the Atlanta Braves. I would have loved to find when was the last time that they won a season series, but the way this thing is operating right now, and I'm not even going to continue, bro. I'm not even going to continue looking that up. But anyways, that is all we have for Tomahawk Takes. It's boring out here, bro. You might see water coming up through here if it keeps going. This is insane right now. But that's all we have for Tomahawk Takes. You know what? Let's continue here in Tomahawk Takes. Why not? This, like I said, this is a quick episode. Let's look at the standings real quick just to see where everyone is at. This is how we are looking. The Braves should be 7.5 games up on the Phillies if my standings ever load. Yes, they are 7.5 over the Phillies, 11 on the Marlins. And my phone just died. That's a shame, bro. That's a shame. Let's look it up in here. This is live podcasting at its finest, guys. It's amazing right here. This is amazing. Anyways, as we were saying, 7.5 over the Phillies, 11 games over the Marlins, Nationals, 12.5. Mets, I'm not even going to read. I'm declaring them dead in the NL East. NL Central, Brewers are up. Best record in baseball, by the way. Best team in baseball right now, 74-45. 5 games over the Chicago Cubs, 69-50. Everyone else is dead in that division. I'm declaring them dead. 15 games or higher, I'm not gonna read them, and that's where the Cardinals are. 15 games. NL West, Dodgers, 71-48, same record as the Atlanta Braves. Diamondbacks, 7.5 games back. Padres, 8.5 games back. Giants, Rockies, muerto, dead. American League West, Houston Astros at first place, holding on to first place with a 61-59 record. Rangers right behind them at 60-59, half a game back. Mariners 56-63, 4.5 games back. Athletics, I'm going to give you a shout out. 47-72, 13.5 games back. American League Central, Chicago White Sox still holding on to that first place spot at 61-56. Minnesota Twins 59-61, 3.5 games back. Tigers 58-60, 3.5 games back as well. Guardians 58-61, 4 games back. Royals, I'll give you one final shout out unless you turn things around. 49-71, 13.5 games back. American League East, Tampa Bay Rays, 7 games won in a row. They're hot, 72-46. They're in first. Yankees, 6 games back, 66-52. Boston Red Sox, they were hot. Now they've lost 3 in a row, 64-54. They're 8 games back. And Orioles and Blue Jays, you are dead to me in the American League East standings. Let's see if we can find the wild card standings real quick. I don't know why it wasn't popping up there. It usually pops up right there. That's wicked work right now. Wicked work. With the live podcasting, it's crazy. But yeah, if you're 15 games over in the division, you're dead in the division, bro. I don't want to hear it. You're finished. Wild card picture is looking like this, though. In the American League, it will be division winners if it ended today. These are the division winners. Tampa Bay Rays, Chicago White Sox, Houston Astros are in. Wild card spot, the top 2 spots. Well, the top spot would go to the Yankees. Second to the Red Sox. Third to the Texas Rangers, right? And then you got the Twins and the Tigers, a game and a half back. Guardians, 2 back. Orioles, 3 back. Toronto Blue Jays, 3.5. Seattle Mariners, 4. I'll just read it I'm going to leave it at that. Royals, I know I gave you a shout out before. You only 11.5 back instead of 13.5. But you're dead to me, bro. You guys are dead. So, but still, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams still trying to get in there. Within striking distance. Seattle Mariners, the lowest team right there. They're only 4 games back. They're right there. All you need is a good series. You're in the picture. You're still there, bro. You're still there. You still got a chance. Mariners have great pitching, and they made it to the American League Championship Series last year, and so did the Toronto Blue Jays. And those two teams are out of the picture right now. If the season ended today, they would be out of it. But you got to be thinking that one of these teams could get hot any given time and make a nice run to be able to get in to the playoff picture. National League, the division winners will be as follows: the Milwaukee Brewers, Braves, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Braves would actually, I think they would get the first round bye as of right now. I have to do some research, but wildcard picture is looking as follows: Chicago Cubs would be getting the top spot. Arizona Diamondbacks and Philadelphia Phillies are in as of right now. I hope the Phillies drop some more. Somebody come over and take over the Phillies, man, please. Please. I don't want the Phillies in the playoffs, bro. I'm trying to face them. I'm not even trying to face these guys either. The Padres, they're 1 game back behind the Phillies. Miami Marlins, 3.5 back. St. Louis Cardinals, 4.5. Nationals, 5 games back. Pirates, 6. And the Cincinnati Reds, 6.5. The Mets, 11 games back. Hey, they still have a chance technically when it comes to wild card. Since I have a lot of Mets friends, I won't declare you guys dead yet. I won't do that yet. If we take the next 2 games, you're dead. You're dead, bro. I'm going to declare you guys are dead right now. Especially if the Phillies win too. But Giants, Rockies, they're done. They're at the bottom. They're cooked. But that is how the standings are looking. Very interesting standings. A lot of teams still have a chance. There's about 5-6 teams that are technically about 4 teams. Technically, 4 teams are definitely done for. And you got another 2-3 teams, borderline. They're hanging on, barely hanging on. But it's going to be fun. I keep saying it probably every episode. It's going to be fun down the stretch. This last month and a half of the regular season, it's going to be it's just going to be insane, man. Hopefully the Braves can stay healthy, keep playing good baseball, and we're able to get in and hopefully get that first round bye. I know the first round bye hasn't gone good for us the last 2 times we've gotten it. But I think this time around, third time's a charm. I think we'll be okay. I think it's much needed to be able to get that first round bye this season. That's all we got, guys. Coming up after this, after the series with the Diamondbacks, it's going to be a 7-game road trip for the Braves. And then they got the makeup game against the White Sox somewhere in there. I think it's Milwaukee they got to face, and Minnesota Twins as well. So it's going to be an interesting road trip, 7-game road trip, and then they come back home. This is a little bit more ahead, and they'll be facing the Los Angeles Dodgers at home at Truist Park. So that'll be interesting to see. That's what we got for our episode today at on the Chop Seat. We're going to wrap it up. Before we wrap it up, one last final reminder. This Thursday is the last day to enter the giveaway for the free Braves tickets against the Colorado Rockies, the game that will be taking place Sunday, August 30th. So if you haven't joined the giveaway, you have until Thursday to do so. 11:59 Eastern is the cutoff time. And then after that, the following day, Friday, August 15th, the winner will be announced on this show on the Chop Seat. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're following to be able to listen to your name be announced as the winner for the giveaway. You're going to have 24 hours to hit me up, whatever platform I told you that you've won from, whatever platform that is. You're going to have 24 hours to contact me through that very platform. Make sure you DM me. We'll, communicate through there. And, tickets will be yours. You have a great time at that ball game. If we continue to have more entries, we might have another pair of tickets to be able to go watch that game. So, anyways, again, one final reminder. I know I keep repeating myself. This Thursday, August 13th, is the final day to join the giveaway for the free Braves tickets against the Colorado Rockies that will be taking place on Sunday, August 30th. I believe it's a 1:35 p.m. Start time. After that, the winner of the giveaway will be announced on this podcast on Friday's episode. This Friday, August 14th, we're going to announce the winner. So make sure you're following, make sure you're subscribed to the Chop Seat, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, whatever platform that is. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're listening, because the winner will be announced on Friday's episode. You're going to have 24 hours to contact me through whatever platform you decide. Well, actually, no, not whichever platform you decide. Whatever platform I announced to you that you won from that platform, hit me up through that platform. We're going to get in contact. I'll send you the tickets. Tickets will be yours. You're good to go. But again, you're going to have 24 hours to claim the ticket. If not, you're finished. Strike 3, you're out. We're going to move to the next hitter in the lineup. That is all we got, friends, for the Chop Seat. We'll see you guys on Friday, announcing that winner and catching up. Well, we'll see to see how the Braves finish up the series against the New York Mets, and then we'll preview the series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll be doing that on Friday afternoon. So thank you guys for listening to the Chop Seat. Stay safe, and we will see you next time on the Chop Seat.